Hello students, today we shall learn about the fifth chapter of your book The Hundred Dresses, written by Eleanor Easter. As the name suggests, Hundred Dresses plays a prominent role in the story. This is an interesting story which is divided into two parts in your book, chapter number 5 and 6. Today we shall study chapter number 5, it means first part of it. About the author, Eleanor Easter was an American author. Easter's writing career began following a case of tuberculosis. During the convalescing period, Easter began writing some of her childhood memories, which later turned into full-length children's book. Easter received the Certificate of Award for Outstanding Contribution to Children's Literature. By the time of her death, at the age of 82, Easter had written 19 children's books. The Hundred Dresses is a sensitive story based on the real life experiences of the author about a girl who is the victim of bullying by her classmates. And the reason is that she belongs to a poor family and she has a funny Polish name which is difficult to pronounce. The story also addresses the realization of the importance of respect for others who has similar potential and emotions. As Wanda is a poor Polish girl, so the issues of racism and classism are also confronted through Wanda's negative experiences in the school. So we can understand that the issues are much larger than just bullies at school. When I come to know about the story, a question raises in my mind. How do we judge the people around us? That how much respect we should give to a person? How do we judge by their money, wealth, and possession? Or is there anything else more valuable to look for in a person? When a new student enters in your class, you start guessing about her lifestyle, that are they different in any way from you? And you select a lot of criteria that how you have to treat them, how much respect you have to give them. So this all is shown in the story. Here are four characters in the first part of the story. Wanda Petronski, a poor Polish girl, the whole story revolves around her. Peggy, the most popular and pretty girl in the school who always teases Wanda. Maddie, the very close friend of Peggy. Miss Mason, Wanda's class teacher. In your book on page number 63, the information is given about the Polish American community. Polish people are the largest group of Slavic origin who arrived in America in 1608. But more than 1 million Poles migrated to the United States in the early 20th century. At that time, the Polish state, it means Poland, did not exist, and they were identified as the country of their origin. It means if they are living in Russian country, so they are known as Russian Poles. If they are living in German country, then they are known as German Poles, and if they are living in Australia, then they are known as Australian Poles. So let's begin with the story. Wanda's parents were Polish who left Poland to settle down in America. She studied in a school with other American students. Every day she came to school in a faded blue dress. It was clean but not properly ironed. She used to sit in the corner of the room number 13 in the last row. This was the corner where the rough boys sat who did not get good marks. They made a lot of noise. On the contrary, she was very quiet and an introvert. And she came from the Boggins Heights where poor people lived. And she brought a lot of dirt with her shoes. It was Monday. Wanda was absent, but nobody noticed in the class. She did not have too many friends in the class. Wanda's classmates thought of her only when they came out of the class and waited to make fun of her, but she was absent. Peggy and Maddie were close friends. Peggy was the most popular girl in the school. She was pretty and intelligent, and she belonged to a rich family. Madeline, her friend, was a poor girl. They stayed after the school to mock Wanda, but they noticed that she was absent. They were not the bad girls, but they used to have some fun to tease Wanda Petronski. Peggy asked her how many dresses she had in her closet. To rescue herself from the mocking, Wanda replied that she had 100 dresses, and all the dresses were of different colors and of different designs. Then Peggy would ask her whether the dresses were of silk or velvet. Wanda would reply that she had dresses of velvet as well as the silk. The girls would ask her how many pairs of shoes she had. She replied that she had 60 pairs of shoes, all lined up properly in her closets. At this, the girls burst into laughter. Madeline wanted Peggy to stop teasing Wanda. She decided to write a note to Peggy asking her to stop making fun of Wanda, but she could not muster up the courage to do so because she was a poor girl and she wore different dresses given by the rich families. She feared that one day all the girls would be fed up of Wanda and she would become their next target. Wanda's absence from school was not noticed for 2 days, but on the third day, Peggy and Maddie, who missed the fun of laughing at her, waited for her at the corner of Oliver Street, where they used to meet her on their way to school. But Wanda did not turn up and they got late for the school, so they did not wait for Wanda. There was a drawing competition for everyone in the class and there was separate theme for boys and girls. Boys had to draw a motorboat and girls have to design a dress. Everybody thought of Peggy to win as she drew really well every time. Next day it was drizzling, that is, raining lightly. Peggy and Maddie never wanted to be late for the school because they were anxious to know the result of the drawing contest. It was to be announced that day. As they entered their classroom, they stopped and gasped. It means surprised. 100 drawings of bright, beautiful and differently designed dresses were displayed all over the room. Everyone who entered the room murmured with admiration. The class had assembled and the class teacher, Miss Mason, announced the winners. Jack Bagels was the winner among the boys and among the girls, Wanda Petronski was the winner. She drew 100 sketches of beautiful dresses. Everybody, especially the judges, were immensely impressed by her drawings and each of her drawing was capable of winning the contest individually. But Wanda was absent on that day. Miss Mason showed her drawings to all the students. The children clapped their hands in joy. They found that all the dresses she used to describe were there. The green velvet one, the blue one, and the red one also. The boys whistled with fingers in their mouth. Maddie asked Paddy to look at the blue dress about which Wanda had told them earlier. They appreciated the drawings made by Wanda. Peggy wished that she had thought she could draw the same like Wanda. So here the first part of the story has come to an end, and the theme of the story is that we should not tease someone for being different because everyone has different potential and characteristics. As you all know that all the 5 fingers of the hand are not equal and we should accept them in their reality. So let's see what will happen in the second part of it in the next video.